So you're thinking about starting your family tree, but you're not quite sure where to begin? Well, this is the video for you. In this video, we're going to take a quick look at familysearch.org. And that's the tool that I used to build my Caribbean family tree, my Jamaican family tree, up from 2 people to over 200 people. So let's get started. So you've created your account. Now what? Well, the best thing to do now is to turn off your computer. Walk away from it. You don't need it for this part. If possible, the best thing to do to accelerate your family tree search is to speak with members of your family that know information about your family. Those members that may have known your grandparents or your great grandparents, they could be a wealth of information. In my case, again, I only knew one of my grandparents biologically, one of my biological grandparents, just my grandmother. And she passed away when I was quite young. So when I got really interested in family trees and genealogy and ancestry, she wasn't around for me to ask questions of. But luckily, my grandmother's sister was, and my mother had a conversation about life with her, and she was able to share information about her upbringing and about their mother. So I learned the name of my great grandmother based on that conversation. And with that information, with just that information alone, I was able to unlock a whole lot of my family tree. So get information from those people in your family that may know um, your grandparents or your great grandparents. That will be the fastest way to accelerate your family tree growth. Now, if you don't have a person like that in your family, don't fear. You just keep working. It's going to take a little more digging, but you'll be able to find the information that you need, especially on familysearch.org. So you've gotten that valuable information from your family member or family friend that knows about your family, about dates and about people, and now you're ready to start building that family tree. Okay, let's go. Now, because you've created an account, you've become the foundation of your family tree. You've become the starting point. So, because of that, you need to add your parents and your grandparents and some other people to your family tree manually at first. And then we'll see how family uh, search automatically starts to build upon that. So, you go ahead, you add your parents. I've added mine. And I've added one of my grandparents. So, this is the grandparent I had a relationship with. So, I've already manually entered her information. So, I'm going to click on her. And we'll see what information we have here and then begin to search for her. So put some information in, then I'm going to click on family search. And what this does is it gets the information you already put in and then tries to match that information up with records in the database. And when I look through, it doesn't look like I can find her. And that's interesting because her name looks like it's a unique one. But um, I knew this was going to happen. And this is where some more information that my grandmother's sister gave my mother comes in handy. I learned that my great grandmother had the last name of McFarlane. Her last name was McFarlane, but my grandmother's maiden name she always believed to be and is Rankin. So let's try another last name. And if you notice in the search portion, it says first names and last names because sometimes we may think we know the last name of a family member, but we actually don't know what was on the record, the original records. So let's try McFarlane and let's see what comes up. Update and look at that. The first result looks like my grandmother. Let's click on it and see if we can verify that it is. Well, let's see. So we know that the birthday is correct, the parish and the country are correct, um, the place is correct. So we're pretty certain that this is my grandmother. And someone had put a picture. That was me, but someone put a picture, and that happens to be her. So when I click on the document here, we're able to actually see the birth certificate. That's the actual birth certificate. We're able to see this for free with Family Search. Not only that, we can see marriage certificates and baptismal records amongst a plethora of other information that we're able to see for free. So that's why Family Search is really powerful. And then with this information, we can attach it to the actual person in our family tree to verify that that person really is a member of our family. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to go back to the family tree now because we added that person manually. What if someone already put this information in for a member of your family? Let's see what would happen. I'm going to go and try to add my grandfather, and his name was Edward Samuels, and he was male, and he's deceased now. And he was born in August 1922. I don't have the date completely, but let's see if Family Search can find something. And he was also born in Westmoreland. Westmoreland, Jamaica. Okay, let's see here. Did I spell that correctly? There we go. And he died in the USA. So I happen to know that information. So I click next. And whoa, wait a second. It looks like someone was found, a possible match found. And let's look at this information. Oh, yes, his spouse was my grandmother. Yes, that's right. The birth date is correct. And I believe that's a match. So I'm going to click add match. And voila, he's automatically added. And then I can actually notice that there's a little arrow here. If I click on that, we can see the information that someone else added before that was attached to my grandfather is automatically now attached to your tree as well. And there's a lot of information here because it goes back pretty far. Okay, 1844 on that side. Oh, we go back even further here, 1839. So with Family Search, you're able to leverage the work of other people if they have a connection in your family tree. So that's really cool. So with that, I think that's all I'm going to show you for now with Family Search. I hope that this is enough to get started, and I hope you're not feeling daunted. You feel like you can do this because it really is a valuable exercise. So I wish you all the best in your Family Search, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless.